The story of Zhuang Zhou and the dream of the butterfly. The late afternoon sun cast a warm glow over the endless fields. A gentle breeze rustled the bushes, and the sound of chirping birds echoed through the serene landscape. Beneath the shade of an ancient tree by a murmuring brook, Zhuang Zhou lay resting, his eyes half closed as he drifted into a tranquil reverie. This moment of peace was not unusual for him. It was the life he chose, far removed from the noise and distractions of court politics, where power and wealth were mere illusions. For Zhuang Zhou, freedom was the ultimate treasure. He wandered the mountains and rivers, seeking truth in the whispers of nature. This time, as his eyes closed, sleep embraced him like an old friend. But it was no ordinary slumber. In his dream, Zhuang Zhou became a butterfly. At first, he did not notice the strange transformation, but as he felt the gentle flutter of delicate wings in the breeze, he realized he was no longer himself. He had turned into a butterfly. His wings, adorned with exquisite patterns, shimmered in the sunlight like a masterpiece of nature's design. A sense of wonder filled his being. He was no longer a man weighed down by thoughts and worries. He was simply a butterfly, light, free, and fully alive in the moment. He soared through the skies, over sunlit meadows and blooming wildflowers. He savored the sweet fragrance of nectar and the cool caress of the wind on his tiny body. There was no need to think, to remember, or to understand. In that moment, he was only a butterfly, delighting in the pure joy of existence. But, as all dreams do, this wondrous vision came to an end. A strong gust of wind shook the leaves above, their rustling sound breaking the silence. Zhuang Zhou woke up. Everything familiar was there, the tree he lay under, the brook murmuring nearby, the chirping of birds. Yet something was different. He was no longer the butterfly. He raised his hands, rough, calloused hands, unmistakably human. He touched his face, the same familiar features he had always known. But why had the dream felt so vivid, so real? He sat up, his eyes filled with thought, his mind swirling with questions. Was he Zhuang Zhou who had just dreamed of being a butterfly? Or was he a butterfly now dreaming he was Zhuang Zhou? The question echoed in his mind like a stone dropped into still water, sending ripples of wonder through him. In the dream, he had no memory of being Zhuang Zhou. Now awake, he felt the dream's lingering presence. The line between dream and reality seemed to blur. Zhuang Zhou did not rush to find an answer. He let the thought float freely in his mind. Like the butterfly had soared through the air, he realized that perhaps the boundary between dream and reality did not matter. Dream was reality, and reality was a dream. Both were merely different states of the same existence. Man or butterfly, they were but transformations of the same essence. He smiled, a soft, knowing smile. In the dream, he had been a butterfly, living as a butterfly. Now awake, he was Zhuang Zhou, living as a man. But what difference did it make? As a butterfly, he had no knowledge of Zhuang Zhou. As Zhuang Zhou, the butterfly seemed a fleeting image. If neither could exist at the same time, which was real and which was illusion? Zhuang Zhou rose to his feet, brushing off the leaves that clung to his robe, and began to walk along the path through the meadow. He noticed a real butterfly flitting nearby, its wings glowing like sunlight. He paused to watch it. wondering, is there a part of me in that butterfly? Or is there a part of that butterfly in me? He remembered his reflections on transformation, the ceaseless change of all things. In nature, nothing is fixed. Nothing lasts forever. Everything changes, shifting from one form to another. A man can become a butterfly. A butterfly can become a man. Flowers can turn into grass. And grass can become soil. Nothing truly exists permanently, nor does anything truly vanish. Everything is part of the great, playful dance of the universe. Zhuang Zhou continued his walk, leaving the question lingering in the air. Thousands of years later, the story of his dream of the butterfly would still be told, inspiring endless contemplation. Are we living in reality? Or is this just a dream? And if it is a dream, who is the one dreaming? But perhaps the answer doesn't matter. As Zhuang Zhou realized, the point is not to define what is real and what is a dream. The point is to live fully in the moment, whether it is a dream or reality. And like the butterfly soaring through the sky, we too can learn to enjoy the journey between dream and reality, between illusion and truth, between life and the endless expanse of the unknown. By the brook under the shade of the old tree, where birds still chirped, perhaps Zhuang Zhou was smiling, or perhaps he was asleep. Who could tell? Maybe he was dreaming again of being a butterfly. Or maybe, just maybe, we are the ones dreaming of him, dreaming of his tale. Reality or dream, in the end, is just a butterfly fluttering through the vast blue sky.